Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost. You can call me Alan. It is Monday, the 27th of October, 2025. Just 4 more days till Halloween. I hope everybody has a great time celebrating that. News-wise, my daughter gave birth to a beautiful little girl on Friday morning. She went into labour on Tuesday, gave birth on Friday. Now, I say little, she was 9 pounds 10 ounces. And on a related topic, I won't be putting out a video next Monday as I'm going to be helping out my daughter because she had a C-section. She's very sore. Plus, my wife's got a medical appointment next Monday as well. So I'm going to be totally rushed off my feet. But normal service will resume the week after, and I'll put out a video the following Monday. Anyway, it's a Blu-ray release day today here in the UK. I'm about to head off to the city, which is just a 5-minute walk up the road from me. I'm going to head to HMV, film all the latest releases, and I'll give a little bit of a description about each and every one. And of course, I'll be grabbing a nice hot latte along the way from Costa Coffee, not a sponsor. And then I'll bring you back here and I'll talk about some recent pickups. So, time's marching on. I will see you all in the city. So here I am in HMV, and in no particular order, I will start with The Astronaut. This is a sci-fi horror from this year that was written and directed by Jess Varley. About a female astronaut played by Kate Mara, who may or may not have had an extraterrestrial entity follow her back from space. This also stars Lawrence Fishburne and Gabriel Luna. That's a very fitting name given the subject matter. The Blu-ray is priced at £14.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is The Bad Guys 2 from Spirit Entertainment. This is an animated heist movie from this year. The good guys are forced to come out of retirement to do one last heist by an all-female crew of criminals. This has the voice talents of Sam Rockwell, Awkwafina, Richard Ayoade and Mark Marwan. The Blu-ray is priced at £14.99. Altered States on 4K next on the Criterion label. The Blu-ray came out in 2017. This is a sci-fi horror from 1980 directed by Ken Russell. It's about a scientist played by William Hurt who is conducting experiments on schizophrenia and the subconsciousness, and as per usual, things get out of hand. This Blu-ray is priced at £29.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Diced Reloaded next from Dazzler Media. This is a feature film version of the 2022 small budgeted short film of the same name. It's a slasher featuring a scarecrow mouse-wearing killer called Benny on the loose in Seattle over Halloween in the 80s. This one is priced at £16.99 and it carries an 18 certificate. Next is the 4K release for A History of Violence on the Criterion label. This is an action thriller from 2005 directed by David Cronenberg. It's about a man with a hidden past who stops a robbery, but the attention it brings drags him back into a life he put behind him. It stars Viggo Mortensen, Maria Bello, Ed Harris and William Hurt. This is priced at £29.99. South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut next on 4K. This is an adult animated comedy musical from 1999 that was co-written and directed by Trey Parker. Alongside the regular voice cast, we have George Clooney, Brent Spiner, Minnie Driver, Eric Idle and Nick Rhodes from Duran Duran. This one is priced at £22.99. The Sting next on Blu-ray from Spirit Entertainment. This is set in the 1930s about a con man getting revenge for the murder of his partner. This stars Paul Newman, Robert Redford, Robert Shaw, Charles Durnin and James Earl Jones' father, Robert Earl Jones. This is priced at £7.99. 86, the complete 6th season next on a limited edition Blu-ray steelbook. So say unmanned military drones are secretly piloted by the 86th humans. There are 23 episodes on this release which are spread onto 4 discs, and this one is priced at £54.99. The Sound of Music on 4K next. This is a musical drama from 1965 directed by Robert Wise. This starts out in 1938 when a young woman takes up the position of governess for a retired naval officer and his 7 children in Salzburg. This is a solid gold classic and it stars Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer. This 60th anniversary release is priced at £24.99. I Know What You Did Last Summer next. This is a slasher horror from this year. It's the 4th installment of the franchise, but it's a sequel to the 1998 film, which is the 2nd in the franchise. And this is set 27 years after the events of that movie. This stars Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. It sounds like more of the same. Kids run someone over and later a stalker taunts them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. The Blu-ray is priced at £14.99. The 4K is priced at £24.99. In addition, there's also a 4K steelbook, and you can expect to pay £34.99 for that release, and the film carries a 15 certificate. Next is The Barbarians from 88 Films. This is a fantasy film from 1987 starring the brothers Peter and David Paul, aka The Barbarians. These two muscle-bound heroes were once young boys who were enslaved by the evil Kadar. They've now grown up and they go on a quest to rescue the Queen and the magic ruby. This one is priced at £19.99. Manthan next on second run. This is a Hindi film from 1976. It's a drama about a veterinary doctor and his colleagues who start up a milk co-op with the aim to make a very poor village self-sufficient, much to the annoyance of the local dairy owner who buys the villagers' milk at a very low price. This will set you back £17.99. Ms. 45, aka Angel of Vengeance, next on Arrow. This is an exploitation thriller from 1981 about a mute woman who was raped on 2 separate occasions, sending her on a killing spree using the first perpetrator's gun. This is from the director of Driller Killer, Abel Ferrara, and the limited edition Blu-ray, which comes with a double-sided poster, is priced at £24.99, or you can go for the 4K, which is also limited and also includes a double-sided poster. That comes in at £5 dearer, £29.99. SS Experiment Love Camp next from 88 Films. It's an Italian Nazi exploitation film from 1976 about female concentration camp prisoners who are forced to participate in an ambitious research program to make the perfect race. The commander himself is in need of a testicle transplant, having he is cut off by an angry Russian woman. The Blu-ray is priced at £19.99. There's a 4K, and that one is priced at £24.99. The limited edition of In the Mouth of Madness on 4K next from Arrow. This is a supernatural horror from 1994, directed by John Carpenter. It's about a missing author on the approaching release of his final manuscript. A detective's hired to find him, but things take a strange turn. It stars Sam Neill, David Warner, Judy Carmen, John Glover, Charlton Heston, and Hayden Christensen in his very first role. Blink and you'll miss him. This one is priced at £29.99. Daughters of Darkness next from Radiance Films. This is a Belgian erotic supernatural horror from 1971 about an aristocrat called Stefan who travels with his new wife Valerie to Belgium. There, at a near-empty hotel, 2 women turn up and the 4 become acquainted, but it isn't long before the bodies start piling up. But just who is to blame? The Blu-ray is priced at £22.99. Peacock King next from 88 Films. This is a deluxe collector's edition of the 1988 Japanese action-adventure fantasy. It's about 2 magical monks who set off on a quest to fight the King of Hell. This comes with a 40-page perfect bound book and collectible postcards. This one is priced at £24.99. Who, aka Roboman next from 88 Films. This is a sci-fi movie from 1974. It's about an American scientist who's badly burnt in a car accident in East Germany. After he has to wear a metal mask, he's returned home to America. The question is it really an American scientist under that mask? This stars Elliot Gould and Trevor Howard. And this one is priced at £16.99. Keizo Hayashi's Michael Hammer trilogy next from Third Window Films. This consists of The Most Terrible Time of My Life from 1994, The Stairway to the Distant Past from 1995, and The Trap from 1996. All these feature a detective called Michael Hammer, and if you think that sounds familiar, well, it's a homage to Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer. This set carries an 18 certificate and is priced at £49.99. Bring Her Back next. This is an Australian horror from this year that's directed by Danny and Michael Philippou. And this is about a foster mother who is hiding a bizarre secret. And it stars Billy Barrett, Sally Ann Upton, Sora Wong, and Sally Hawkins. The Blu-ray is priced at £14.99. Chain Reaction next. This is a documentary on the 1974 independent horror film The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's got interviews from the Japanese director Takashi Miike, the Australian film critic Alexander Heller Nicholas, American filmmaker Karen Kasuma, author Stephen King, and the actor Patton Oswalt. This one is priced at £14.99. Hot Milk next from Mubai. This is a coming-of-age drama from this year filmed in Greece but set in Spain. A sick mother and her daughter take a trip to the Spanish coast to find a cure. It stars Emma Mackey, Fiona Shaw, and Vicky Krieps. This carries a 15 certificate and is priced at £14.99. Nightmare on Elm Street, the 7 film collection on 4K from Warner next. This is a horror franchise created by Wes Craven about a disfigured child killer who stalks and murders people in their dreams. These movies started in 1984 and on to 1994, so no Freddy vs. Jason or the 2010 Nightmare on Elm Street. This one is priced at £99.99. Thinner next from Final Cut Entertainment. This is a horror film from 1996 based on a Stephen King novel of the same name about a lawyer called Billy who through circumstance knocks down and kills an old Romanian woman for which the woman's father places a curse on the lawyer. It stars Robert John Burke and is priced at £14.99. Superman next from Warner Brothers. This is a superhero movie from this year that was written and directed by James Gunn, and this sees yet another actor take up the role of the caped hero from the planet Krypton, but this time he's joined by a super dog, Krypto. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the 4K, but I'm sure it will turn up somewhere. The Blu-ray here is priced at £14.99. Weapons next. This is a supernatural mystery horror from this year about 17 school children who all run away on the same night at exactly the same time. Just one child remained behind. And the film explores the townsfolk as they try to figure out what happened and who was responsible. This is available on both Blu-ray, priced at £14.99, and 4K, priced at £24.99. This film carries an 18 certificate. Heart of Dragon next from 88 Films. This is a Hong Kong action drama from 1985 about an honest cop called Ted, played by Jackie Chan, whose brother Danny, who's played by the film's director Sammo Hung, gets kidnapped and it's down to Ted to bring him home safely. The Blu-ray is priced at £16.99. There's a 4K available and that is priced at £34.99. It's quite a big jump, but it is a limited edition. For me today, I will be picking up the new Superman film as well as Weapons. Pop down in the comments if there's anything that tickles your fancy today. Hey everybody, welcome back. 4 titles to talk about today. There's 2 oldies in a box set. There's a Tom Cruise movie and a movie that came out quite a few months ago. So let's crack on with it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Thunderbolts and New Avengers, this being a 36 movie in the Marvel franchise. I know it's been out for a while. It's a superhero movie from this year directed by Jake Schreier. His other films include Robot and Frank and Paper Towns. This is about a CIA director called Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and she is trying to clean up her mess by having any evidence that links her to the OEX destroyed. The OEX has been carrying out illegal and unsanctioned operations for her own gain. And to do her dirty work, she's hired Yelena. She's got her blowing up labs and destroying anything that can incriminate her. Yelena was Black Widow's sister, played by Florence Pugh. In fact, Valentina, she's hired several people of enhanced abilities to do her dirty work. And they should all show up one day to assassinate each other. But when they discover there's a man called Bob in one of Valentina's facilities, they are then forced to work together to save themselves and the world. And don't worry, this all happens within 20 minutes of the film starting. There's still plenty more going on. Film also deals with mental health issues and self-worth. It's a good Marvel film. It feels very fresh. And as you can see from the cover, it also stars David Harbour as the Red Guardian, favourite character in my opinion. Hannah John Carmen as Ghost, Wyatt Russell as John Walker, who was Captain America for a while, and Lewis Pullman as Bob. Picture quality on this is flawless, of course. It is Disney, and the pacing, well, it's excellent. No lagging at all. It's got a runtime of 2 hours, 7 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So on the disc we have an image of a nut and bolt. So that was Thunderbolts, the New Avengers. Next item to show you is a double movie set from Imprint Films. I actually bought these titles myself. These were not sent to me to review. I do actually buy quite a bit from Imprint Films. My last order was over 400 Australian dollars, which meant I qualified for free shipping. And now I'm making my way through those box sets, and I will talk about each and every title once I've seen them. So I'm going to take a look at the outer box of this first, and then I'll talk about each film individually. Okay, so here's the box set from Imprint Films. It's The Lady Vanishes and the 39 Steps. On the front cover there you have an image taken from both films. On the back you have an image there of Elliot Gould hanging outside of a train. On the side you have the title. On the other side you have the title. On the lid you have the title. And on the bottom you have some tech specs. Removing that lovely hinged lid, we have 2 individual cases inside, which I will talk about in just a second. And on the back you do get this information card, which I'll put up in the top corner so you can read. Has all the info about the extras included on the discs. Okay, the first one out of this set is The 39 Steps. This is a British thriller from 1978 directed by Don Sharp. There's been 4 movies made of the novel of the same name that was written in 1915. 1935 directed by Alfred Hitchcock, then 1959 directed by Ralph Thomas, then this one, and then a TV movie from 2008 directed by James Hawes. This is set in London 1914. England isn't yet at war with Germany, but a coded cable is intercepted from Europe saying, "Let the sleepers awake," and then soon after several politicians are assassinated around London. A retired intelligence agent called Scudder, played by John Mills, he tells a fellow tenant in his building of a spy ring that is trying to overthrow the British government, and that tenant is Hannah, being played by Robert Powell. who actually reprised his role in a 2008 TV movie, which I mentioned just now. So Scudder, he is chased by a spy the next morning, murdered at St Pancras Station just as he was about to see Hannay off for Scotland. And a night witness mistakenly tells the police that Hannay was the murderer, and to be fair, it was an easy mistake. So, spy ring, they abduct Hannay from police custody and they question him on his involvement. And that's all I'm going to say story-wise, but this all happens in the first act. There's still plenty going on. I've not even told you what the 39 steps are, and don't worry, I won't. This also stars David Warner, Timothy West, Karen Dotrice, who was the little girl Jane Banks in Mary Poppins. There's also George Baker and Donald Pickering. Solid adaptation of the book, and not one that should be overlooked, I feel. Pacing on this is on point, acting is credible, picture quality, well, couldn't fault it. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 43 minutes. Let's take a look inside. The front cover image has been put onto the disc, and on the reverse of the cover there's a screenshot from the film. So that was the 39 steps. Okay, next title in this box set is The Lady Vanishes. This is a comedy mystery from 1979, so I'm actually guessing the theme of this box set must be remakes of Alfred Hitchcock movies. So this is directed by Anthony Page, and this, by the way, is a Hammer Film production. Film opens up Bavaria, 1939. War is yet to break out, but we do see plenty of German soldiers and officers milling around. And due to military movements, a train to Switzerland is delayed, much to the annoyance of the arriving passengers. You've got Mrs. Foy being played by Angela Lansbury, who is actually planning in the film to travel further on to Hove, which is just up the road from me, oddly enough. You've got two English gents, Caldecott played by Ian Carmichael, who's worked a lot with Terry Thomas, and his travelling companion is Charters, being played by Arthur Lowe, famed for playing Captain Mainwaring in Dad's Army. In addition, you've got American heiress called Amanda Kelly, being played by Sybil Shepherd, aka Maddie Hayes from Moonlighting. And there's Robert Condon as an American journalist who's being played by Elliot Gould, who is actually still acting. He's 87 years old, bless his cotton socks. So when the passengers do finally get on board the train, Mrs. Foy and Amanda, they sit next to each other, despite being polar opposites, Foy being a British nanny, prim and proper, and Amanda being a boozy, outgoing American. But the pair get on like a house on fire, and after a short nap, Amanda awakes to find Mrs. Foy is missing, and what's more, nobody on board seems to believe she ever existed. Gaslighting at its best. Robert, however, does team up with Amanda and try to solve the mystery. Also stars Herbert Lom as a fellow passenger and a doctor. Do you know, I absolutely love this film. Glad to see it's now on Blu-ray. This being a world's first release. Actually, both releases are world's first. Picture quality is excellent, and it's got a runtime of 1 hour 39 minutes. Let's take a look inside. The front cover image has been put onto the disc, and on the reverse of the cover there's a screenshot from the film. So that was The Lady Vanishes. Okay, next and last is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. This is the second half of a continuing story which was set up in 2023. It's an action spy movie which came out this year, directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who directed the last 3 Mission Impossible films. We pick up where we left off. Ethan Hunt and his team are trying to stop the entity from destroying humanity. Ethan, of course, played by Tom Cruise, and his team consists of Benji, played by Simon Pegg, and Luther, played by Ving Rhames. Alongside them, Ethan's joined by Grace, played by Hayley Atwell, and Paris, played by Pom Clementif, who Ethan and Benji break out from jail. Now, if you've seen the first Dead Reckoning film, you will know that the original source code of the entity is located inside the Russian K-599 as the Sevastopol Akula-class submarine, which is at the bottom of the Bering Sea. And to gain access, you'll need a cruciform key. And on top of that, the entity is spread far and wide and plans to wipe out humanity once it gains full access to the world's nuclear codes, which is just a matter of days away. So yeah, definitely a mission impossible. Can Ethan and his team succeed? Well, you'll have to watch it and find out. Also stars S.I. Morales as Gabriel, working for the entity, Angela Bassett, the United States President, and Nick Offerman as Chairman Joint Chief of Staff. Oh, you've also got Mark Gatiss as the head of NSA as well. It's a long movie, but it's worth every minute. A few nods as well put into the first Mission Impossible movie for good measure. Great story, superb acting. It's got a runtime of 2 hours 50 minutes. Let's take a look inside. So the slipcover and the cover have the same image. There are 2 discs. One has the film, the other has the special features. So that was Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. So that was it. Have you seen any of those? Do you plan to pick them up or just want to leave a comment? Then do so down below. I will read every single one and I'll try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free. Why wouldn't you? On that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.